traditionally I'll start with the injury news. Anyone due back? Any new knocks after Wednesday?
Think about it now, no one back. But one more injury, so Epps is not available. Eberechi still got the hit against Brighton on his foot, and he played with a quite swollen foot at Emirates, and also got the next kick there, and it just makes no sense. He's not on 100%, and we need every player being on 100%, and so we decided that he gets a rest, and then hopefully he's available for Bournemouth.
But it doesn't look serious?
No, it doesn't look serious. It's just, when you get you have to wear the boots, you have to kick the ball, and then it's always painful, and then you are not free. Wasn't free in moving and this, when you always feel pain when you move, and then it's just you maybe are thinking too much of this, and you can't play how you can play. And this is what we need. We need the best Eberechi he can be, and therefore he has to be fit like all the other players.
Before the Eze injury, you've just been starting to get a lot of players back from injury. How big a relief is that as you head into a busy Christmas period? And do you feel that like the team has turned a corner now?
Well, for me, the busiest part of the Christmas the games is this week. With 3 games in 6 days. I think then we have 5 days to Bournemouth. Okay, then is one more game on the 29th, but then we have almost 1 week to Chelsea. So I think the busiest period has been now, and that's good that the players are available. They are back again, and I expect Eberechi being available for Bournemouth. And so it's always important having your team together, and and we will go for getting a better result than 2 days ago at Emirates, and we could see the quality of Arsenal. We could see, especially in the second half, of how quick they can move the ball, making the runs, how accurate they can pass in the gaps, and so we have to showed the players, and we talked about it, and with this, from these games you can learn a lot, and playing against the top teams is of course, it hurts when you lose and are out of the cup, but it's also a big chance to learn and improve, and it's the best thing we can show it now within 3 days. So I don't expect 30% improvement within these 3 days, but in some parts a little bit, and then we want to get a better result.
You said you thought you gave Arsenal too much respect. What did you mean by that, and how do you address that?
I think, it was with an early lead there, and then we got just a little bit too passive, and we need to find the right moments. I know it's not that easy, because they move so well, they move the ball so quickly, but we need to find the moments where we can get more pressure, and then therefore you have to step up, you have to go into the duel. It's not just going there, waiting 3 yards in front of them, so also go into the duels, in possession, you have to support your teammate, and show him, hey, I want to have the ball, and this is what we can do better. We did this in some parts of the game, and then it looked quite good. It was the same at Brighton in the first half, when we do this and we support, and we have to invest, we have to run, we have to move, find the gaps, and playing with few touches. Then also Arsenal has to run, and this is what we need, because when they play most of the time in their final third, so in our defending third, it's just a question of time, is all they call it. They get a lot of set plays, and there is one moment they switch the game from left to right and wait and have the right moment to find the gaps, and therefore we have to be in some areas we were talking about, to make more pressure, to force them to pass back, to get out from our defending third, and this is what I think it's also not just going there half, and so going there full, and if something happens, it happens.
One slight criticism maybe of Arsenal of late has been that they're over-reliant on their corners and their set pieces. Have you worked hard to negate this tactic that they use at corners? Are you ready for it? I know you would have faced it obviously on Wednesday. And do you see them maybe as being lacking at a cutting edge in terms of scoring an open play?
I think that in every game they had many chances also from open play, but they didn't score against Everton. They could score 2 or 3 against Monaco in the Champions League. They scored 3 from open play. So I know if they didn't, sometimes it's this nice story for the media when you see they don't score from open play, but at the end it doesn't matter how you score, if it's a set play, if it's a transition, or if it's open play. Every goal counts, and I think that we defended their set plays quite well. But I also think they will now, because we changed our shape in defending, and I think it's now they are preparing something, and we also what they could prepare. And the same as we had some attacking set plays from our side. They changed their setup as well. So and this is what my assistants and Nico's assistants now are thinking and sticking their heads together to find the best way for tomorrow.
So like set piece chess.
As always, you prepare and then I think it's like in American football, yeah, and you prepare for the opponent, and all of a sudden you see, they changed their setup because what we are doing, and then there are some adjustments at halftime, and now but it's just 15 minutes. You have time. Now you have 3 days, and there will be some adjustments from their side. There will be some adjustments from our side. And let's see who does a better job.
You've got players back. You're starting to find some form. 2 defeats in 10 games, just 2 defeats from 10. As we look to January, how much have you thought about strengthening, and how have those conversations gone with upstairs?
Yes, we're always talking about it, and let's see what happens. Of course, we are analyzing our squad. Maybe where we can add some skills in parts where we maybe need a player where we have just one player in one position or in this position. Then, but it's who is available, what makes sense. It's clear. It's not that we do something just to do something. So if we act on the transfer market in January just when we think it makes sense to put new skills into our squad. When we get players with the right character, the right profile, then we try to do it. And if not, we stay with this squad, great squad, and then again I hope that Wharton comes back in the new year, and then so everything fine.
January is always tough, but have you been told there are funds available if that player is available and you want to dip in?
There is.
How many transfers ideally would you make?
No, not too much. Again, it's let's see what happens. Also, we don't know. Maybe there's a big offer coming for one of our players, and then we have to react again. So we feel prepared. Also, to be honest, we felt prepared in summer, and then there were some late decisions. So let's see what happens. I don't know. And if a new player signs a contract, it will be one of the first 2 years from us, and then if we sell a player, it will be the same.
Are you expecting a lot of interest from Marc? We saw in the Sun, didn't we, the interest he's bringing?
You can ask me about any player, because everybody expected Marc to leave in summer. He's still here. I think nobody expected Joachim Andersen to leave, but he's not here anymore. So this is football. I don't know what will happen. So now we have Arsenal, then we have Bournemouth and Southampton. Between we have hopefully Merry Christmas for all of us with our families. So my thoughts are really in this period, and everything else is we are talking about planning, but now it's up to the sport director and to the chairman to finalize things or not.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sam,
Hi Oliver, nice to see you. You've spoken a lot about confidence this season, finding that confidence as well. You're unbeaten in 5 in the Premier League now. An emphatic win against your biggest rivals last week. Is that confidence back now?
Confidence, it's maybe a big word, and it is you have to show it on the pitch, and it's confidence is also when you take the lead, then not to wait, so then also go forward, and try to score the second. We scored the first, then we got passive, so then we are 3-1 down, game over, looks like. And all of a sudden we play much more forward again, and we scored a second. So why? We need being either we need the lead or being down. So why not always play the same way, the same style, playing forward instead of cautious? But it's easy to say, you know. I think everybody knows and has a big respect for Arsenal playing at Emirates and yes, and also sometimes you have confidence, but they make so much pressure. Then let's say you have to survive this pressure. Yeah, we had at Brighton we had the lead at halftime, and we had to survive the first 15 minutes, and we survived. And in this time we didn't. Yeah, and then it is because it was clear when Arsenal is 1-0 down at home in a cup game, to everything. Yeah? And then they increase the pressure, and then it is, do you find the moments to release the pressure? Is it, you know, you get worried because there is so much pressure, or you say, okay, it's normal, yeah, this will be. I saw the stats when they played Inter Milan away in the Champions League. They were 1-0 down at half-time. At second half, I think they had 70% possession and 13-1 shots. So that's normal because it's Arsenal. But Inter 1-1-0, you know, and this is, of course, the Inter is different than Crystal Palace. And I think this is what we have to learn. Also, then when there is a phase of being under pressure against these big teams, don't worry, it's normal. Stick to the plan, and then I always like that the best way of defending is attacking. Yeah? And this is what I mean. Then go forward, make pressure on them. Try to bring the game into their half again. It's easy to talk about it, but it's not so easy to do it. But the mindset, I always prefer than just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah, because this is a big debate in the Premier League at the moment, particularly this season, and I guess last night's game, Spurs against Manchester United, sort of summarises it as well, is this idea of providing entertaining attacking football, but also leaving yourselves exposed as well. I guess off the back of what you've just said, that's how you guys get to the next level. Is that fair to say?
No, I think you have to look in details. When you just see the result 4-3, and I watched the game yesterday, most of the game, there were two set plays. The first of Tottenham was a set play, the fourth was set play. So then, how did Man United score the 3 goals? So the last one was a set play, and the other one, twice they won the ball in the 6-yard box. Yeah? So, with attacking, yeah. So they scored all their 3 goals with attacking, yeah. And the same way, we conceded the first goal. We were 10 players within the last 30 or 35 yards. But in this area, we were too passive. We conceded the second in the same way, yeah? Being passive in the own third. Yeah? And the last one, okay, this was our fault. We were 2-1 down. We were too ambitious, and then we forgot to defend. And Gabriel Jesus could run 60 yards, one on our keeper. But it's all about the balance. It doesn't mean when you attack that you are vulnerable in defense. Not at all. So Arsenal, they attacked. They played most of the time in our half, but they were not vulnerable in defense. So it's always about having the balance in the game. And you know, when you play in the opposite half, you have a long distance to your goal. When you always play in their own half, let's say Tottenham lost their ball, their possession twice in their own 6-yard box. So I always say, in your own 6-yard box, you can never win the game. You can just lose it. Yeah? And so, you know, it's I don't see that attacking weakens your defense. I think it's the opposite way.
But the players are buying into that mentality. It seems from the outside like they are. Are you feeling that at the moment?
For me, it's pretty logical. You know, when you play in their half, when you have the ball. So first of all, they can't score. I think we all agree. The second thing is when you have a good balance and not your last player loses the ball, you always have enough players because they also have their players back. Yeah? And then it's 60, 70 yards to the goal. It's not so easy then to score from it. So I think the best way is that doesn't mean you have to press with 10 players in their box, and you will concede goals. But this balance of getting pressure on the ball in different areas, staying in possession, try to play in their half. I think this is the best way to succeed.
I think the fans will like to hear that. I mean, 6,000 of them were at the Emirates the other night. Phenomenal support again, particularly with the away support at the moment. There does seem to be a real alignment between fans, players, manager. Are you feeling that yourself at the moment?
Absolutely, yeah. Fans are great, amazing, and traveling everywhere. I think Emirates was not that far, but we played the Carabao game at Villa during the week. Away was away. The away stand was full. Playing at Brighton, because it's also not that far. It was Sunday afternoon, full. Playing at Ipswich, I remember 1 degree, so very cold. 7:30 in the evening, Tuesday, and away stand was full. So great support from our fans, and this helps us also. And this is what we're also talking about. Is this should encourage us to play always the same style. And this is a process we're in. Sometimes it's getting better and better, especially, for example, the first half at Brighton. Yeah, we did this. This time I think we could have done a little bit better, but also we have to respect and accept that Arsenal is quite a good team. So also when you just look at the stats, when they play at Fulham, they have 67% possession, I think 13 to 2 shots at the end. So it's a good team. So it will be the same tomorrow. But in some situations, we want to play with a little bit more bravery.
Big goal for Eddie the other night. I know it meant nothing in terms of the overall end result, but it was one of those that felt like for him it was quite a big moment. Do you feel like he can kick on from that now?
Oh yes, absolutely, and I'm really delighted for him, and of course for us, because as a striker you need goals, and you can talk, you can train, you can do everything, but you need this. Striker needs this success, and then especially there in his stadium where he played against this club where he played so many years for, and also the way he scored. Yeah, it was not an easy goal, a very difficult one, and not a hard cross. Then between the two centre halves, an amazing header, and bringing us back into the game. So everything was very positive for him, but he deserved it. I think I mentioned it. He goes into the right pathway. He's working hard after his injury now, and also in training. As many situations, we could feel that the closer he gets to the goal, the more he's thinking about it. Normal for a striker, and I'm really sure that now with this goal, especially how he scored it and against Arsenal, that his confidence comes back, and then he will score more and more goals.
You must be excited by what you're seeing in terms of your attacking line. If you look at the likes of we know how well Ismaila is playing. JP, Eddie comes and scores the other day. We know what Eberechi can offer as well. For you as a manager, you must be looking at that thinking you've got something really exciting, interesting to build on here.
Yes, but I think especially our attackers can do better. When we see them, just I don't know if you see the saying, the cold numbers is our defenders scored almost the same amount of goals like our attackers. So that means in set plays we are really doing well. Yeah, we have with Dani Munoz now 2 goals. I think we can still score more goals with our attackers. I think our central midfielders, so they have the chances. We'll use at 2-3. Jeff Lerma 2-3, one big against City. So also they are coming more and more into these situations where they can score goals without losing the balance. Yeah, that's what I mean. Without being vulnerable in transition. And this is what we are working on. Yeah, getting them into the situations where they can score goals. And we're always talking about having numbers in the box. Yeah, and there, of course, the number 9 should be also our 10s. More and more our wingbacks, with an amazing chance we created when T. Mitchell passes in the box to Dani Munoz. This is where we want to have the players, and then all the others have to control the space behind them. And so yeah, that's what we're working on. But I think it's not with most of the goals. JP in the Premier League 4. So I think after 16 games, how many we've played? So I think we've still potential.
And just finally on JP, how is he fitness-wise? And I think we saw a little bit of strapping from the Brighton game, so if you could just talk to us maybe about that, and just, I guess, I know it's not the first time you've been asked about this, but how impressed you are with him overall, because the standard of his play seems to improve year on year.
Oh yes, he's scored so many goals since we arrived, and he's very important for scoring goals. I think he still can improve how to being integrated in our open play, but he's trying, he's willing to learn, he tries to improve, and yeah, so it's important for us. Of course, now end of December, I don't know how many games he played this season with the Olympic tournament, and there will be some moments where he starts to get tired, also during the game, and like last two games he looked a little bit getting tired after 60 minutes, and then it's the opportunity for another player, and then I think Eddie did really great in both of the games. He had 1 assist, 1 goal now in his 2 games, and it's his, we can't play the whole season with 11 players, so that's why we have a very strong squad, and then it's be here to help the team, and this is what all our subs are doing, and then we will see who is in the best physical shape, mental shape, and these players will start.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's the end of the broadcast.